In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the new Samsung Galaxy A06. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. We have the brand new Samsung Galaxy A06 in the house today. This is the base version of the Samsung A series, so this is pretty much the cheapest and newest A series device that is out right now. So this is retailing currently for about $120 on Amazon and pretty much everywhere else as well. So it's even a step below the Galaxy A15 or the A16 that we're going to be getting soon as well. So this is definitely going to be an entry-level phone. It's not going to be anything insanely special, but we do have some upgrades from the previous year, the Galaxy A05, that I do want to make known, and we're just going to go over my first impressions and take a look at this new device. First and foremost, this comes in a few different configurations. I did get the base model. The base model is going to be 64 gigabytes of internal storage with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and we also have a 128 gigabyte model with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and of course a 128 gigabyte model with a 2 extra gigabytes of RAM. So we have a 6 gigabyte RAM model with the bigger storage variant on this as well. Again, I have the base model of this device. All right guys, let's go ahead and take this out of its box. I do like this color. This is kind of like a light blue or teal color. I think this is the nicest looking color out of all of them. Let me know what you guys think. I believe they do have like a white color and a black color as well. Let me know which one you think looks best though. All right guys, so we have the phone right here. This is actually going to be a little bit slimmer than last year's model. So this is going to be, I believe, 8 millimeters thin instead of 8.5. So let's go ahead and put that to the side. Of course, we have the SIM ejector tool on the outside of this. We have our USB Type-C data cable, and of course our quick start guide and legal and safety warranty information as well. That's all you got in the box though. Let's go ahead and see this color though. I think the color on this device is definitely going to be the most exciting part about this device because the specs are a little bit lackluster. So let's go ahead and take a look at that color. Wow. Yeah, that looks good. I definitely like this blue. This is my favorite color in general, so definitely a little bit biased, but this blue does look really, really nice. All right, guys, so first and foremost, we do have that new Key Island design right here. So we have the volume up and down rocker up here, and we also have the power button that is going to double as a fingerprint sensor now. So on the Galaxy A06, we're actually going to have a fingerprint sensor on this device now. So great upgrade right there. I think that's going to be one of the biggest upgrades. On the top of the device, we have our noise canceling mic. On the left side of our device, we have our SIM tray right here, and this is dual SIM compatible, the version that I have. And we can also expand our storage via micro SD card up to 1 terabyte as well. Bottom of the phone, we have our loudspeaker, we have our USB Type-C port, we have our noise canceling mic to the left of that, and of course we have our handy dandy 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that did not leave us, so great to see that that's there. And of course on the back of this device, we have this beautiful teal back. It looks like it's light blue. I guess you can call it light blue. It does look more of a teal in real life though, so I don't know, it's kind of up for interpretation. On the back of this device right here, we have kind of a little bit bigger lenses than normal. I feel like these are definitely bigger than the Galaxy A15, and I'll go ahead and show those off right there. But this is definitely a little bit different looking. This is going to be a dual camera setup, as you guys can see. Our main camera is going to be a 50 megapixel wide angle camera. Our secondary is going to be that 2 megapixel depth sensor, and we are going to have our LED flash on the right side of that. This is going to be capable of shooting at 1080p at 30 and I believe 60 frames per second as well. We'll see if it does 60 in a second. We'll take a look at the camera. But other than that, not the most exciting back of this phone. I feel like the texture on the back of this though is actually pretty nice. This is an all plastic build. However, I do feel like this feels pretty substantial in the hand, especially for $120. I still feel like it's pretty crazy how far we've come in the last just 5 years from budget phones. So yeah, definitely feels pretty decent, especially for 120 bucks. A lot of people are going to be getting this phone for free on port-in from a bunch of different companies later on. I believe the international version is the only one out right now, but if I do have this version right here, I will have a link for the YouTube shopping link on this video. If you guys don't see it, it's going to be on the screen somewhere. You guys can go ahead and pick it up through that. And of course, we just have that Samsung logo at the bottom right there as well. All right guys, so the phone is fully booted up now. The one thing I didn't really notice about this phone is how big this device is. This is a 6.7 inch display on here, so this is going to be a really big phone. There's not really any other phone in the budget line that's as big as this one. I mean, this is 6.5 inches, and as you guys can see, it is a lot smaller right here, the Galaxy A15. But other than that, the display doesn't look crazy amazing. Of course, this is only a $120 phone right here, so this is going to be an IPS LCD display right here. The viewing angles aren't the best in the world, but I feel like the majority of people for this price are definitely going to get by with these. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. The pixel density definitely looks a lot better than some 720p tablets or some other 720p phones out there, so it's not really too bad. It looks like it's working pretty decently with that Helio G85 inside of here as well. But of course, we're going to test out gaming, and we're going to talk about the majority of the internals and stuff during the full review. We also have a 5,000 milliamp battery in here. This is a standard practice for Samsung. They pretty much put this in every A series device out there. So we have a wicked big battery inside of here, as well as surprisingly a 25 watt fast charging rate on this device as well. So love to see that. I don't think that's something that we've ever seen on their entry level devices before for their A05, A04, and before that. But the big thing is the 720p display on here. That's something that is not super common even in budget phones in 2024 now. So that's going to be probably the biggest no-no for me right here, only because the Galaxy A15 you can get for about $40 to $50 more, and this is a full HD Super AMOLED display. But other than that, this could be a backup phone for somebody. Maybe you're getting this for your grandparents or your kid or whatever. This is definitely going to be one of those entry-level devices that isn't going to have all the bells and whistles that some people would like to have. Anyway, we're going to go through a few different things on this device. Outside the box, we're going to have Android 14 on this device. We are, however, promised 2 years of operating system updates on this, which is actually pretty generous of Samsung, and we do get 4 years of security patches, so you can definitely last a few years with this device if you're used to these types of devices, of course. Alright guys, so in good lighting, this camera looks totally fine, especially for 120 bucks. Not gonna do really much better than this. I think Samsung's got it down pat with their entry-level devices. This looks really decent. The colors look true to life. Everything looks clear. Not really too many issues right here. But of course, we're going to do a full camera review on this later on, just showing you pretty much everything you can do with this camera on this phone. As far as the video goes, though, I do want to check out if we have that full HD 60. So yeah, we do have full HD 60 frames per second on this as well, which we'll go ahead and check out later. But this is looking pretty decent so far. The camera is looking decent for the price tag right here. Now in our drop down bar menu, of course, we have things like Wi-Fi, we have our auto rotate, power saving mode, mobile data, our quick share right there, scan QR code. And we can add a few different things on here as well. The one thing, however, is it doesn't look like we have NFC inside of here for Google Pay. So if that's something that you want to use, definitely get something that's a little bit more premium like the Galaxy A15. That does have NFC inside of that device. Also, one thing that I want to go ahead and check is this fingerprint sensor, because I've been hearing good things about it so far. So let's go ahead and test this out. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. All right, so this is looking like a pretty decent fingerprint sensor right here. I know in the past I was having a lot of issues with like the Galaxy A14 and 13, so it's really decent to see a entry-level device that has a good fingerprint sensor. This fingerprint sensor is super accurate. Not the quickest in the world, obviously, but it's pretty accurate. Also, our front-facing camera is kind of like that half-circled punch-out right here. Honestly, doesn't take too much space away from the screen right here, and this is a pretty big screen anyway, so I don't think it's really too bad. The bottom does have a little bit of a thicker bezel, but all around I don't think these bezels are insanely crazy, especially for the entry-level A06. But for that front-facing camera right here, we do actually have an 8-megapixel shooter, and this does shoot up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. Last couple of things I do want to go ahead and show you, though, is I want to test out the speakers, and then we're going to go ahead and test out the video. So as far as the speaker goes, it is really not that good. It is definitely what you would expect out of a device that's under 150 bucks. Nothing really much more to say here. I can't complain just because this phone is so cheap. But yeah, speaker is not loud at all, and it does have some tin. All right, guys, so as far as the video goes, it looks like we can get a downscaled, let's see, 1440p right here. So we're going to put it on 1080p 60 frames per second, and we're going to see how this looks. Alright guys, so for a 720p display, this really does not look bad at all. I honestly think it looks pretty good. The colors are good. I definitely think the colors pop in this. The contrast is totally fine. It doesn't look washed out at all. I would say the screen on this display is definitely passable, especially for 120 bucks. And it being 720p, it's definitely passable. It looks fine. All right, guys, so for our first impressions on this device for $120, can I recommend this device? Yes, I can definitely recommend this device. With 2 years of operating system updates, a decent display right here, some decent cameras for what they look like so far, and you know, expandable storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal storage. I feel like this would be a good entry-level device for maybe someone that's a little bit older, or maybe one of your kids, or maybe even just a backup device that you want to listen to music with, because this does have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I could recommend this. I could definitely recommend this. However, would I recommend this to somebody trying to get the most bang for buck? For that person trying to get the most bang for their buck, I would definitely recommend picking up the Galaxy A15 5G. Instead, you get more storage. Of course, you get that better display on this, which is just, you know, overall way better than this device. We have a full HD display right here. This is going to be Super AMOLED display as well. We have NFC in here for contactless payments. We also have a better processor inside of here, so for playing video games and, you know, for better functionality in general, you're going to have a better experience with the Galaxy A15 5G right here. And this device, the Galaxy A06, does not have 5G. That's something that you got to take into account. So if you guys are trying to get the best bang for buck, just pay an extra $40 to $50 more and get the Galaxy A15 5G. However, if this is, you know, your kid's first phone, or you're trying to get some cheap for your grandparents, or you just want a backup device, I can still recommend this device. It's not the most exciting device in the world, of course, but it gets the job done, and for $120, it's a pretty decent price for that. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this something that you're going to pick up? Is this something that you're going to pass on? I definitely would like to hear your opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.